Hi, my name is Brooklyn Backus, and I am a doTERRA wellness advocate, and I'm a high school mental health counselor. And today I'm going to be teaching this class on emotions and sleep and how we can use essential oils to support those areas of our lives. I am very passionate about teaching about this subject. It is definitely something I have done so much research on and have tons of information. So I've got my iPad to stay on track so that I don't go way too far deep, and we're going to keep this with lots of really punchy, interesting materials, so I hope you guys enjoy this class. So first I want to talk about why this topic is so important. We all deal with stress, but a lot of people don't realize how much prolonged stress can mess with our health, not only emotionally, but in a physical way as well. Prolonged stress can suppress our digestive system, it can mess with our reproductive system and our immune system. It works on so many different areas of our body. It can even increase risk of heart attack and strokes. So taking control of our emotional health is not only important for our mood and feeling good, but also our physical health as well. Then if we think about sleep, fun fact, about 1 in 3 Americans get less than 7 hours of sleep, which is the minimal amount you need most nights. And about 50% of Americans report feeling sleepy throughout the day, more than half of the days that they are out and about and doing things. So to me, that really points out, wow, this is important that we are paying attention to our health emotionally and, paying attention to the quality of sleep and the quantity of sleep that we're getting. So we're going to talk about how doTERRA can support you in those areas. Luckily, they have some incredible products. And man, when I say we're going to go through some products today, and as a matter of fact, if you want to pull out some oils, I would love if you guys could actually use some oils while we do this class. Usually when we do classes in person, we have more of that opportunity to pass around oils and have that shared experience. So if you want to use your oils while we're going through this, that would be incredible. So what we're going to be going over today is how to use oils for emotional purposes, doTERRA's top oils and other products for emotions, and then also how to get better sleep and some doTERRA products for that as well. So think about yourself. I want you to be able to make this relevant to you. Where are you at on stress levels? On a day-to-day basis, are you feeling like you're experiencing that prolonged amount of stress that starts to mess with your mental health and your physical health? Where are you at with sleep? Are you getting enough sleep? Is it quality sleep? I want you to think about this, that the information I'm going to share in this class feels very relevant to you, and you can start thinking about what can I do to help myself, my family, my loved ones with this issue, because we are definitely going to have solutions for that. This also might be a really good class to have out some kind of pen and paper or something to just take some notes on, since we're going to be going through a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. All right, so let's start with the science behind aromatherapy and using oils for emotions. So I really, really love this topic. It's very interesting. Not a lot of people really know about the science behind aromatherapy and why it is so backed by research. So when we inhale something, it comes up into our olfactory bulb, which is right here. It's a little cavity in our head. And the olfactory bulb is right up against our brain, and it's very, very connected to our limbic system. And our limbic system sends out all the messages that our body needs to tell us about stress and how we're feeling, and a lot of different hormones are involved in that and all sorts of stuff. So you can actually know what I'm talking about when I say how quickly our smell can attach to our brain when I talk about things that can trigger a memory, maybe smells that are nostalgic. I've been taking out holiday decorations in the past couple of weeks, and as soon as that smell of holiday decorations hit my nose, it just fills my brain with different memories and a time of year and all sorts of stuff. So it's interesting how much our sense of smell is connected to not only our emotions, but our memories as well. So that could be positive, it could be negative, but what what emotional aromatherapy has discovered is that we can use these essential oils to help retrain our brain, to help send out positive messages to our limbic system. And in a lot of ways, we actually get to help our body decide what we want to feel. We get to help be a little bit more in control of our mood. And I absolutely love that idea of being able to, I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't love the idea of being able to pick out the mood that you want to be feeling? And that's exactly what aromatherapy can do for you. So we're going to talk a lot, obviously, about using these oils aromatically, but I also want to talk about how you can use these oils for emotional purposes topically as well. Using them topically is actually really interesting because you end up usually getting a combo. You got it topically on your skin, and then you also get to inhale these oils because they're somewhere on your body as well. So aromatically, topically, even internally, there's a lot of oils you can use internally as well for emotional purposes, even though we won't necessarily be focusing on that for this class today. But to touch on using them topically a little bit, I love using oils topically because they will sink into your body, they will get into your system, into your bloodstream so fast. And so we talked about how quickly that smell can enter into that olfactory bulb and immediately start to trigger things. And honestly, it's similar but just different method, different means of getting into our body when we put it on topically. So when you think about using oils for emotional purposes, I want you to think about using them aromatically and using them topically, and those being like your two powerhouse options for using essential oils for that purpose. Okay. Oh, and then I also wanted to talk about with diffusing. For using oils aromatically, diffusing is also a great option. Besides smelling it right from the bottle or putting it somewhere on your body and being able to inhale it that way, using a diffuser is a great option to be able to get it out in the air. I also love to use oils for emotional purposes at night in a humidifier. Make sure that you have Doterra's humidifier. However, pretty much all other diffusers that you get, at Walmart or anything like that, they aren't made to have oils in them. They'll break down the plastic in that humidifier, but if you can get that humidifier from Doterra, it is made to be able to diffuse essential oils. So diffusers, humidifiers, love them. Another reason why I think they are so genius is that they're a great way to get emotional benefits going out to anybody in your space. So it's a really subtle, non-confrontational, easy way to get essential oils and aromatherapy to your family members, your coworkers, wherever it is, for you to be able to diffuse those essential oils where everybody can reap those benefits is incredible. I'll talk about this a little bit more later, but as a mental health counselor, I love to be able to diffuse in my office so that when my coworkers are coming in to have important conversations with me, when my students are coming in to work on their mental health with me, having a diffuser going is an incredible way to utilize aromatherapy. So easy. Okay, so let's talk about what products, what oils we can be using that Doterra has. So first we're going to talk about the 5 staple oils that Doterra has for emotional purposes. So this is going to include Serenity, Citrus Bliss, Balance, Elevate, and these 4 oils were actually the very first staple emotional oils that Doterra created. And then for the 5th, I'm actually going to add Adaptive. That oil is relatively new. It was released within the last couple of years. But to me, these are the 5 staple oils, and there's more we're going to go over, but we're going to start with these 5 first. So let's jump into Serenity. I love Serenity. We're going to talk more about sleep later, but if you're just going to start with one oil to help with sleep, Serenity is a great place to start. It is a calming blend. It is meant for slowing down your thought processes, being able to calm your brain a little bit, which is a great way to prepare you for sleep. Not only does Doterra have a Serenity oil, which is a blend of some incredible stuff. All of these 5 staples are all blends. But they also have Serenity soft gels. So they have little soft gel pill-like things that you can take internally, which is fantastic. Then you are able to get the possibility of aromatic topical use and internal use. And for those who really struggle with falling asleep, staying asleep, this is an incredible thing to be able to try out. I have so many success stories of people using Serenity Essential Oil. As a matter of fact, doTERRA has done a clinical trial with Serenity, and here were their findings. They were able to find out that Serenity helps with relieving occasional sleepiness, promoting relaxation, helping you fall asleep easier, and getting better quality sleep. Serenity is able to calm your nervous system and reduce stress. That's a lot of things. And I think if we're talking about what holds us back from getting better sleep, I mean, that pretty much nails it on the head. So love Serenity. One of the main oils in Serenity is lavender. It's a very floral, very calming scent. So Serenity is awesome. Okay, so Citrus Bliss is the next one. Citrus Bliss smells exactly how you can imagine it. It is very delightful, very sweet, uplifting aroma, very energetic and positive. When I think of Citrus Bliss, I think of positivity. And I also like Citrus Bliss because it's so easy to diffuse. Everybody loves the smell of it. I think that it's such a good, basic, delicious oil to use. All right, next is Balance. Oh, I should be showing these. I have all these oils, but I have Balance. So Balance is my favorite out of all the oils. Yes, all of them. So I should try to find all my Balance and gather them together and see how many I have. I bet I have over a dozen all over the place. I know I have 2 in my kitchen right now. I don't know why I have 2. 1 by my bedside table, in my bathroom, in my purse, in my office, in my car. Yeah, I at least have Balance in all those places. So I like to have it everywhere that I go. So Balance is known as the grounding blend. I just love the smell, and it just connects with me. So we're going to talk a little bit later about how to find oils that actually connect with you, so you can find your version of Balance. For me, you know, I think that if you talk to any doTERRA wellness advocate, you talk to the leader who invited you to this, and they can tell you which oil is just like, oh, so addictive to them. And oh man, I love Balance. So I use Balance a lot in the morning because it's just a good fit for me. I feel like it's a great way to start out my day, but it's a great grounding blend, very grounding. Sometimes I think that this is the best blend to use if you're the kind of person who your brain just starts to spiral out into the future or back into the past, and you are everywhere but the present. To me, that's a great time to use your Balance oil to bring you the mindfulness that you need to pay attention to the present moment. Obviously, I'm a fan. Okay, so next we have Elevation. Elevation's great. Similarly to Citrus Bliss, it's got some citrusy oils in there. This one is definitely more lemony and a little more herby than Citrus Bliss, but I love Elevation. I think that it's really great for depressive moods. When you just need, to me, when I think of Citrus Bliss, I think of sort of above and beyond, that like big positivity and that like strong sense of happiness. But what I like about Elevation is that I think of a below elevated mood that you're just lifting to that really steady, good, I don't know, good baseline to bring yourself to. So this is called the Joyful Blend, and Elevation is fantastic. Next we have Adaptive. So I happened to grab the roller bottle version because I just wanted to point out that Adaptive has a regular like 5 ml version. It has this roller bottle version. It is really great to use for topical use because it's really easy to roll on. It's diluted a little bit, which is fantastic. And people have been going crazy over Adaptive. Ever since it came out, you can just hear people rave about it all the time. Absolutely love Adaptive. Adaptive is one of the most studied blends that doTERRA has for emotional purposes. So it's definitely got some great science to back it up. Many people have had great experiences with this oil. I will also tell you that within my counseling job, Adaptive is just my go-to. Like if I am not going to sit there and decide which oil I want to diffuse that day, Adaptive is the one that I fall back on and use the very most. The reason why I love to use Adaptive in a counseling space is because to me, I want my students who are coming in to see me for mental health reasons, I want them to leave my office feeling empowered. And that's a huge reason why the adaptive blend was created, is because they want people to be able to feel resilient, feel like they can adapt to the challenges that life gives you. And I just think that is such a cool concept. And it's also very lovable, easy smell, and so adaptive is incredible. Oh, and of course, how can I mention the trio of adaptive products that they have? They've got the 5 ml, they've got the roller bottle, and they have adaptive soft gels. So just like we talked about soft gels for Serenity, we've also got adaptive soft gels so that you can have that oil and a few other things in there internally and actually helping you heal emotionally from the inside out. I highly recommend those. Highly recommend those. I would actually like to, I'm going to skip forward a little bit because I feel like this is important to mention now while we talk about these oils and we're talking about these soft gels. When it comes to using essential oils and these doTERRA products for emotional purposes, it is so important that you are using these consistently. I can attest that there are times I will put on my balance blend and I'm immediately like, oh man, I feel so much better. I feel so good right now. But I can also attest to the fact that using these oils daily, maybe even multiple times a day, over a period of time is going to have an even more significant impact on our mental health. So when you start to decide what oil you want to use, how you're going to move forward, you can obviously change it up. You can use different oils every day, but I want you to start trying to use these oils consistently. I would say in the very least, use something at night and use something in the morning that you know is going to benefit you emotionally, and see what kind of change that makes over the course of a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Especially again, when we talk about the Serenity soft gels for sleep, I would not recommend taking those in the day for most people. It might put you to sleep. But the adaptive soft gels, great thing to use in the morning. See what happens when you use that over a long period of time. And I bet that you will be able to see some awesome improvements in your day-to-day mood. Okay, so those are the 5 staple oils. I'm going to say it one more time. Serenity, Citrus Bliss, Balance, Elevate, and Adaptive. The other group of oils I want to talk about is doTERRA's emotional aromatherapy line. Yes, doTERRA created an entire line of oils specifically made for emotional aromatherapy. It's incredible. So I've got a bunch of them. They come in a roller bottle form, and then you can also get them in this 5 ml form. See all of these? They come in a great kit, and even on the kit, it has a little emotional therapy like wheel to help you decide which oil is going to be the best fit for you depending on your mood and depending on what mood you're striving to feel. So this is a great kit. I also love these oils because their names are very, very descriptive. So, I don't know, Elevate, Citrus Bliss, I feel like they clue you in a little bit to what they're good for. But what I love about this line of oils is that the names are, to me, pretty crystal clear. They're very easy to reach for depending on how you're feeling. So, let me go over them really quickly. We've got Forgive. I love Forgive, thinking about it, using it for possibly forgiving yourself or forgiving others. I think that's a really powerful idea for using the oil. Passion is incredible. I feel like as soon as this oil came out, everybody was joking about using this for bedroom purposes. But it definitely has that kind of use, but it also has the use of reigniting your passion for, maybe it's your career, or maybe it's for a hobby or a passion that sort of fell away, or it could be for your partner or your family members, anything like that. So I love passion. It's a great floral, beautiful smell. Next we've got Console. I absolutely love Console. I should definitely use this more in my office for, I think, certain situations, because how often do we really feel that urge to want to feel consoled by someone or something? And I love Console. This one has got kind of a lavender smell to it, so this one's also floral. Yeah, very floral. Wow, I think that one's really powerful. I love Console. And then we've got Cheer. Cheer is super uplifting. I would put this in a similar category to Citrus Bliss and Elevate. Definitely a citrusy oil, and this one's very sweet. I'm thinking it's gotta have vanilla in it. Yes, it totally does. It's got a vanilla citrus kind of smell, and yeah, super, super sweet. If you want to smell like a delicious Starburst or something, put on some cheer. And then we've got Motivate. I absolutely love Motivate. It's got minty peppermint along with some citrus from like wild orange. Yeah, wow, this is invigorating. This is gonna be great for energy, obviously motivation throughout your day. So can you see by after looking at the titles of those, how clear it would be what oil you might be in the mood for. So easy and reachable to use those oils. So love those. I went through those super fast because we've got so many other things to cover in the next couple of minutes. But go ahead and do your research on these oils. If you look them up on, doterra.com when you're doing your ordering, they have great descriptions, and that is a really, really good way to help get more details on what they're meant for, what's their purpose, and how to use them. Okay, so next I actually am going to take maybe an unexpected turn, and for a second I want to talk about supplements. This might be obvious to some people. I think more and more we're realizing how much nutrition is tied to our ability to function emotionally and our ability to sleep, but doTERRA's supplements are incredible. Top of the line. They far exceed industry standards for what supplements should be. And interestingly enough, doTERRA supplements, when they have done sort of studies on them to see how people feel after using the supplements for an extended period of time, the best reports come for less pain and increased mood. So like emotional kind of help. Like those are the things that reportedly the supplements help with the most, which I think is so cool. Do you take supplements thinking of how they're going to help you with your mental health? I think a lot of people aren't thinking about that. They're thinking more about their physical, mechanical way that their body functions, and they don't think about how much you could be supporting your emotional mental health by using those supplements. So just like we talked about with oils, it is so important that you are taking supplements consistently. Use them consistently. Supplements quite literally could be a whole class on their own. You could talk on supplements for a long time. So I'm not going to dive into them too deep today, but if you ever have an opportunity to attend some kind of class or continuing education that focuses on supplements, please do. Your mind will be blown. They're incredible. All right, another oil I want to give a shout out to is Deep Blue. Actually, I shouldn't even say oil because doTERRA has so many different Deep Blue products nowadays. So Deep Blue comes as a 5 ml oil. It also comes in a more diluted roller bottle. It comes in a cream, and they also just released this Deep Blue stick. Oh my gosh, and it has copaiba in it as well. So it's Deep Blue plus some copaiba in this stick. So, okay, before I get carried away and talk about the stick, let's talk about how you can be using Deep Blue. So we're about to transition over to sleep, but still kind of focusing on emotions. I'm sure that some of you know that when you get worked up emotionally, you get tense. You can feel that tension. I know for me, if I can pop my neck a million times during the day and I know I have that tension back there, that probably means I've had a stressful day. So this is a great time to use Deep Blue. So using the oil is great. It's very strong, very cooling. We like to say it's like icy hot on steroids, but way better and not as toxic as icy hot. So much better. I really love to use the rub, the Deep Blue rub. It's fantastic. You only need the teeniest, tiniest amount. Like that bottle will last you so long. You do not need to like pump it like a lotion. You just need a little pea-sized amount and you could rub it all over your neck. Or your back, or it's also great for sore muscles, even though that's not what we're focusing on right now. So now let's talk about this stick a little bit. So this is crazy exciting to me, not only because now it also includes copaiba, which is incredible for pain and tension and anti-inflammatory as well, but because Deep Blue is so minty and it's so strong and cooling, it's not super fun to get on your hands. Actually, getting it on your hands is fine as long as you don't rub your eyes or do something crazy like that. And I've definitely done it before. So what I love about this stick is that I can rub this on and it just gets a nice thin layer that I don't even have to rub in. I can just do that. Boom, done. I can put the cap back on and I don't have any Deep Blue in my hands. All I can smell is that balance. And there you go. So such a great way to apply things, such a great way to relieve tension, whether it be from something more physical like working out or something more emotional where you're holding that tension in your body. So had to give a quick shout out to Deep Blue. Everybody loves some good Deep Blue. All right, let's transition for the last part of this class. I want to talk about sleep. I work with so many of my students in my counseling to work on a sleep routine, to work on little things, little habits they can do to make sleep a better experience for themselves, to be able to have longer sleep, better quality sleep, to help them stay asleep, because we all know that we cannot function at 100% if we're not getting that quality of sleep. So this is something I talk about pretty frequently. Okay, so this is also a whole class just by itself, but I'm gonna just hit the nail on a couple of really, really important things. So first of all, do your best to create a sleep routine. I don't even care what that looks like. I don't know what that is for you. I could talk about that, but we're not going to dive into that right now. Whether it's a 10-minute routine or an hour-long routine, when you're approaching bedtime, make a routine. And I, of course, am going to recommend that you incorporate some oils and a couple of other things into your routine, so that not only the routine part of that can help you fall asleep better, but also you are including some really awesome stuff that is prepping your body for a restful night's sleep. So one of those things is going to be supplements. Doterra Supplements, you're supposed to take some supplements in the morning and supplements at night. You could also split them up in between meals, but either way, taking supplements at night is really important. So right after dinner, great time to take your supplements. Those supplements will help you with sleep. So I know we already talked about that, but that's definitely an important one for sure. So next, then you can start to experiment with what you want to do essential oil wise that's going to be incorporated into your routine. So for me, the obvious one is Serenity. Serenity soft gels are good in there. Start testing out which oils you like to use at night. It is so interesting to hear about what oils energize people and maybe would make it harder to fall asleep, and which oils calm people. For me, peppermint's an obvious, like, perk you up, wake you up kind of oil. But I know people who love peppermint, that cooling feeling right before they go to sleep. I also know people who love to use copaiba to go to sleep. But on the flip side, I know people who use copaiba in the morning because it gets them pumped up for the day. So experiment with what's going to work for you. Again, I think Serenity is a nice, obvious, simple place to start. But somehow incorporate essential oils into a night routine to help prepare you for sleep. And if you start using these oils consistently during the day, at night, you're using your supplements, you're going to start to see an improvement. And I would love to hear about that too. So if you have your own personal experience with this, please comment on this post and tell us about that, because I want to hear what that looked like for you. What oils help you asleep? What oils energize you during the day? I'm always so curious to know what works for what people. Okay, so there's also an entire wellness box for better sleep. Do you know what a wellness box is? It's relatively new, very, very exciting stuff. So Doterra a while ago came out with basically a 3-month subscription box. So they send you certain sets of Doterra products for a month 1, 2, and 3, and it focuses on one issue. So you can do one for your immune system, you can do one for sleep, you could do one for, I think there's a separate one for sleep and emotions, if I remember correctly. I don't know, there's a bunch of them. They're incredible though, because then you can slowly start to test out all of these products that are focused on one main issue, and it's absolutely incredible. So I have the Mind and Mood Kit right here. So I'm not going to show off all the products that are in them because we would be here for a little bit too long. But how they start with every single box is they give you this cute bag with all the products for the first month in this bag. Love these bags. I have a bunch at work, car, everywhere. They're really, really great. And then for the next 2 months, they give you these little paper bags. So you can see Mind and Mood Kit 2, Mind and Mood Kit 3. And what's great is that the packaging is great for sustainability. You get one special bag and then the rest of these can be recycled. And these are full of Mind and Mood products. I haven't opened these because I'm doing an unboxing on my social media to show off some of the awesome products that are in here. So that is a great way to start trying out oils. That is a great way to start trying out oils for all those different areas as well. And of course, I'm going to brag on the ones that are for mind and mood, and also the one that is for sleep as well. Just so you know, so it's 3 months. You can cancel that at any time if you decide that you want to buy different products, go a different route. Also, there's even more savings. So you obviously get savings when you have a membership, but then you also are getting more savings for buying it in these little bundles. So price-wise, that's incredible. And you actually get some special exclusive products as well that they don't sell that only come in those subscription boxes. They are so fun. They're like monthly Christmas gifts. They're so fun to open up and see like what kind of special products and everything is inside. They're amazing. All right, guys, it's about time to wrap up, but I do want to just point out that if you feel like you can pinpoint what you're struggling with emotionally or what you're struggling with sleep-wise, please reach out to your doTERRA leader and they can help you out. They can help point you in the direction towards what to try first, or maybe what routine you can start using to help out with whatever issues you are dealing with yourself. And it's going to take some experimenting. Find out which oils connect with you. Which oils do you love the smell of that you can't wait to put on every single morning to be able to utilize that aromatherapy and get that oil into your bloodstream. So, experiment, try things out. You won't know what oil you'll fall in love with and what oil feels like it's the best emotional support until you try it out. And that's one of my favorite things about using oils for emotions, is that everybody has different oils that they're absolutely attached to and fallen in love with. Balance is my number one. I just grabbed this one too. Bergamot is a single oil. We only talked about blends today. Bergamot is a single oil that I love. That Bergamot and Balance are like my two go-to for emotional purposes. So do some experimenting. Figure that out. It's so exciting. Thank you so much for listening in on this class. I hope you learned something new, and more than anything, I hope that you're leaving this class feeling empowered, feeling like you have a next step, something to do to help support yourself in sleep, help support yourself emotionally, lower that stress. We don't want that prolonged stress in our life. Anyway, so let us know if you have any questions. You're always welcome to message your leader or leave a comment on the post that you found this video, and we're excited to give you your next class for next week.